Okay. So we are doing the Sthita Prajna Lakshanas, and we covered just one. The first, I think, the first shloka which Krishna said, the first answer that Krishna gave, we have covered that, I think. Okay, just to recall what Krishna said, because there is one new member here, so Balakshmi ji is here. I don't know if the others, even Deepa missed that class. So
Yes.
so I'll just quickly go over the shloka that we did, and Nirmala ji can tell us the stories.
Madam, can you please tell me which shloka number?
Adeppa, barta idinalla.
So,
before this, Arjuna asked, Sthita Pragnasya ka bhasha, samadhistasya keshava, sthitadhihi kim samaveta, kim prabhasheta, kim asita vrajeta kim, which means Arjuna is asking Krishna, what are the lakshanas of the Sthita Prajna? Ka bhasha means ಏನು ಸಮಾಚಾರ, ಏನು ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಕಥೆ, ಹೇಗಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಸ್ಥಿತ ಪ್ರಜ್ಞಾಸು, ಸ್ಥಿತ ಪ್ರಜ್ಞಸ್ಯ ಕಾ ಭಾಷಃ, ಸಮಾಧಿಹಿ ತಸ್ಯ ಕೇಶವ, ಹೌ ಈಸ್ ಹಿ ಎಸ್ಟಾಬ್ಲಿಷ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ಸಮಾಧಿ, ಸ್ಥಿತಧೀಹಿ ಕಿಂ ಪ್ರಭಾಷೇತ, ಹೌ ಡಸ್ ಹಿ conduct himself, how does the sthita prajna, the jivan mukta, conduct himself, kim asita vrajeta kim, kim asita, how does he sit in the sense, how is he established in samadhi all the time, even while he is engaged with the world, and vrajeta, how does he walk and talk about, same thing. Basically Arjuna wants to know how does the jivan mukta conduct himself in life, and what is his inner sthiti. He might outwardly he might do whatever it is, we will never know, but inwardly how is he always in samadhi, that is the question. To which Shri Bhagavan says, prajahati yada kaman sarvan parthamanogatan atmanyevatmana tushtaha sthita prajnastadocyate. Anyone wants to chant, you please go ahead. Nirmala, you also missed this last week.
Prajahati yada kaman sarvan parthamanogatan atmanyevatmana tushtaha sthita prajnastadocyate.
Prajahati yada kaman sarvan parthamanogatan atmanye atmana tushtaha sthita prajnastadocyate.
Next, who wants to chant? Lakshmi ji.
Can I, Purnima ji?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you're waiting. Yes.
Shri Bhagavanuvacha prajahati yada kaman sarvan parthamanogatan atmanyevatmana tushtaha sthita prajnastatuchyate.
Yes. Next, who wants to chant? Lakshmi ji, you want to go?
Yes. Once, just a moment. ಎರಡನೇ ಅಧ್ಯಾಯ
ಭಗವಾನುವಾಚ ಪ್ರಜಾಹಾತಿ ಯಥಾ ಕಾಮಾ ಸರ್ವಾನ್ ಪಾರ್ಥಮನೋಗತಾನ್ ಆತ್ಮನ್ಯೇವಾತ್ಮನಾ ತುಷ್ಠ ಸ್ಥಿತಪ್ರಜ್ಞಸ್ತದುಚ್ಯತೆ.
Yes.
ಅದು ಸೇಮ್ ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾ ಮೇಡಮ್?
ಹೌದು ಇದೇ ಶ್ಲೋಕನೇ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಇದನ್ನ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಚಾಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಕಾಂಟೆಂಪ್ಲೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ
ಹೇಳ ಹಾಗಾರೆ.
ಧಾರಾಳವಾಗಿ ಹೇಳಿ.
ಓಕೆ. ಶ್ರೀ ಭಗವಾನುವಾಚ ಪ್ರಜಹಾನಿ ಯದಾ ಕಾಮಾನ್ ಸರ್ವಾನ್ ಪಾರ್ಥಮನೋಗತಾನ್ ಆತ್ಮನ್ಯೇವಾತ್ಮನಾ ತುಷ್ಟಃ ಸ್ಥಿತಪ್ರಜ್ಞಸ್ತದೋಚ್ಯತೆ.
Correct. Prajahati yada kaman. Ashte. Never mind. Deepa, you want to chant?
I chanted, ma'am.
Oh, sorry. Okay, sorry. And Padmaja, if you wish, you can, or we can.
Ma'am, actually here Tushta, as the Sanskrit rule, Stita is coming as next word. So that time that Visarga should become S. Tushtas.
Correct. When we are chanting without break, we need to do that. Correct.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Got it. Tushtas tista pragnasya dochyate. Okay, got it. Thank you. Okay, Padmaja, you want to chant? You can, or we can.
I can chant.
Yeah.
Shri Bhagavan Prajahati yada kaman sarvan parthamanogatan atmanyeva atmana tushta.
Tushtas. That's what she's saying.
We can
Okay.
also tushta and then sita prajnasya dochyate.
Athva you can say Atmanyeva Atmana Tushtaha. Sthita
Tushtaha.
that.
We can do that. Tushtaha sita prajnasya dochyate.
Yes. So the meaning is the Supreme Lord said, O Partha, when one discards all selfish desires and cravings of the senses that torment the mind and becomes satisfied in the realization of the self, such a person is said to be transcendently situated. So now the discussion. Yeah. Come on, Nirmala ji, you carry on with your stories, and I can add some points if they are relevant.
So one man was very poor. So he wrote the story about Ramana.
Okay.
And he went and gave it to Ramana. Ramana and told, I'm very poor. I'll just, print the story and I'll make some money. So Ramana made some grammatical errors. He went to the publisher and he gave it. Publisher was a great friend of Kunjaswami. He was suspicious of the story. So Kunjaswami said, Arey Bapre, what all wrong things he has printed? Ramana is married, he has children and all that stuff. Oh no. He goes and reports it to Ramana. And Ramana says, what is the truth? He is written about one man called Ramana. He never identified with the Ramana which he had written about. He just said he wanted money, let him print, let him make money. So what? But Ramana, but this blasphemy, how can somebody, soil your name like this? Ramana said hardly matters because he is not identifying with that body.
Okay, correct.
This is one story.
Okay.
Another story is, you talked about Prana Pratishta. I have a live example. In one ashram, for many years that Swamiji was living. And one big statue, his lifestyle statue came from Bangalore. Very beautifully made, exactly like him. He looked at it and he told everyone that from next year onwards, you will see me in this statue.
Oh.
Okay. And he did the Prana Pratishta and all. So 1 week later, the sculptor comes back to check it out whether he has done the perfect job of, sculpting Swamiji. So he comes and does namaskar to Swamiji and then comes back and views his sculpture. In the nose, something is not right. A slight thing is there. I have to chip it off. He takes out his chisel and his little hammer and chips it off. Gada, 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 blood starts oozing.
Oh.
He gets scared. So that is the real Prana Pratishta.
Correct.
We
Correct.
make it a real life one. We are still thinking
Yes.
that it is the statue. It is not. It has been consecrated.
Consecrated. Yes.
Consecrated.
Correct.
So that is the
Yes.
example.
That
That's
is with the intensity which you have to do the prana pratisthapana. Correct. So, Lakshmi ji, we do that, no? For every festival, prana pratisthapana we do, no?
Howdu, howdu. Yeah, we do
Kalashadalli,
that.
we invoke the god and we put our prana. So that point came up because it is to say that everything is me. It's just that I'm seeing myself in the, everything around me. I am projecting myself. Even God, if you have to see God outside you, you have to project the divinity outside. That
And
was
the
the point.
divinity, and also we see whatever in small kalasha or coconut, we see the whole God, and including like Shira Pratishtapana, hands, neck, everything we do that. So
Everything.
and then that to itself is a divine experience to do that prana pratishtha itself. So as
Yes.
Madam said, very true. Once it is done, something that is why they say Kadlas Bardo.
No, then we do Visarjana also, Sadhya.
That's
At
why,
the end
no,
of the day.
that amele. But that before that, in between the puja and all, they say you should not make it shake.
Not
That
correct.
is what
Because-
Madam was telling about.
Correct,
Like
correct.
some wrong things should not be done to that.
That
when
will start
Prana
losing out.
Pratisthapana has been done. Yeah.
Correct. See, even in sentient things, we can infuse prana. Means we are surrounded by walking, talking people who are close to us. See how much more careful we should be when we are,
Yes.
transacting with them.
Yes,
Isn't it?
correct.
Just imagine.
And
So-
also with the knowledge that Aham Brahmasmi and Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma, interacting with others will be more careful.
You have to be more careful. That is how a Jivan Mukta, a Sthita Prajna conducts himself. Always, that's what. Yes, I wanted to start this session with what Prabhuji said about. There was a question that came up recently about how Jivan Mukta sees the world and how we see the world, Jivas, ordinary Jivas, for which Prabhuji gave a very excellent answer. He said, for you all, you see somebody like we all, that's our common experience. We see somebody outside me, I am myself. We see the separation is so natural for us. The separation is so natural. Then we have to remember all the teachings, and then we'll say, oh, and no, I am Satchidananda. He is also Satchidananda. Somewhere in that some level, we are all one Brahman, and all that we have to convince ourselves, isn't it? It's very difficult for us. It's not a natural thing. So we go from outside to inside. I see something outside, then I do all the Vedanta logic in my head. Then I say Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma, blah blah blah, and then probably I will tell myself. I'm not even convinced. I will just tell myself, okay, everything is Brahman. Yes or no? How do you agree or not, people?
Yes.
Yes, very much.
Very much, right? So whereas for Prabhuji, he says, I first see Brahman. I don't see the differences. I don't see the names and forms. Imagine that state. He says he will take some time to process that there is a different shape and a different form. When somebody goes, he says, when somebody enters and say Namaste, he will give a big grin. That means he's still processing who is this person who came in. So the name and form, he will see that some name and form has entered. And then from inside, some Brahman consolidated into name and form has entered. And then the processing will start. What is the name of this person? Where I have seen this person, and all that will kick into motion. Then only he will take some time to come up with the right name and stuff like that. So the first thing is everything is Brahman. Look at that.
Example for that is
Mm.
when we go to the ocean, first we see the water, then we see the ocean, then we see the wave.
Correct. Exactly. We
That
will.
is example.
Correct. You're right, Nirmala. Correct. That's how a Jivan Mukta sees the world around him. Whereas for us, it is from outside to inside. For him, it is inside to transact with the world. He has to, come to the Dvaita. Whereas for us, from the Dvaita, we are already established in Dvaita, we have to go to Advaita. So for them, it's the other way around. So I thought that was a very beautiful example, how a Sthita Prajna walks and talks in the world.
For
No?
us, we go to the ocean. First, we see the wave.
We will see
Then
whether
we
it's
see the
cold or
ocean.
hot. Yeah. You're right.
Then only we see the water.
Yeah. We will
It's
not
other
see
way.
the ocean. Correct.
Thank you so much.
The
It's the
tide,
only subject.
high tide, low tide, it is warm, it is hot, all that we will see first. Correct. You're right. So much established in Dvaita. So that was the difference. All right. So in this shloka, Lakshmi ji and others who missed, the key point in this shloka is the first shloka which Krishna says is Atmanyeva Atmana Tushtaha, which means the Sthita Prajna is reveling in his own bliss. He does not look for anything other than himself for happiness. That is, we are all asking for things from the world, from the people around us, etc., to feel a sense of happiness. Whereas the Sthita Prajna is Atmanyeva Atmana Tushtaha. That is the main point in this shloka. The bliss he feels within himself because he is bliss. That was the main point. All right. So we will come to the next one, which we are to do today. Rajahati Yada Kaman. The Jivan Mukta's Sthita Prajnatva doesn't flicker with worldly desires at all. It does not depend on worldly desires or sensual pleasures or the people, because he has given up every desire. It doesn't matter in the face of that Ananda that is always shining within that person. That's the whole point of this shloka. Okay. Then the next one we'll chant and we will discuss this today. So we are coming to shloka number 56. All right. Shloka 56. Dukkheshvanudvignamanaha Sukheshu vigataspruhaha Vitaraga bhaya krodaha Sthitadhir munirujyate. Yes. Who wants to chant? Very
Okay,
famous.
madam.
Yes.
Hella?
Yeah. Sure.
Dukkheshvanudvigmanaha Sukheshu vigataspruhaha Vitaraga bhaya krodhaha Sthitadhir munirujyate.
Yes.
Dukheshu anuvigna-manaha, Sukheshu vigataspruhaha, Vitaraga-bhaya-krodhaha, Sthitadhir-munirujyate.
दुःखेष्वनुद्विग्नमनः सुखेषु विगतस्पृहा वीतरागभयक्रोधः स्थितधीर्मुनिरुच्यते.
Yes. Kamala Vinaya.
दुःखेष्वनुद्विग्नमनः सुखेषु विगतस्पृहः वीतरागभयक्रोधाः स्थितधीर्मुनिरुच्यते.
Yes.
दुःखेष्वनुद्विग्नमनाः सुखेषु विगतस्पृहः वीतरागभयक्रोधः स्थितधीर्मुनिरुच्यते.
Yes. Vinaya.
दुःखेष्व अनुद्विग्नमनः सुखेषु विगतस्पृहः वीतरागभयक्रोधः स्थितधीर्मुनिरुच्यते. In both the shlokas, visargams.
Correct. Yes, visargas are there. So when we split it, we are in trouble if we don't know Sanskrit. Yeah, right. Indraji, you want to chant or? Okay.
Purnima ji, I
Ah.
have a small request.
Ah.
By the end of this second chapter,
Ah.
everyone should be able to chant it. Let us all practice. One class will be devoted to chanting the second chapter nicely.
Ore bapre. All right. Why not? That will be nice.
Because that is the heart of Bhagavad Gita. If that you have learned, finished, game over.
Correct. Especially this shloka is really the heart of it. Right. Indra, you carry on.
54.
Yeah.
Sorry.
50. No problem.
दुःखेष्वनुद्विग्नमनाः सुखेषु विगतस्पृहः वीतरागभयक्रोधः स्थित
Dhirmuniruchyate.
निर्मुनिरुच्यते.
Yes. One whose mind remains undisturbed amidst misery, who does not crave for pleasure, and who is free from attachment, fear, and anger, is called a sage of steady wisdom. What do you say? Dukkeshu anudvignamanaha. He is undisturbed in misery. Dukkeshu. And Sugeshu vigataspruhaha. He does not, in Sukha also is undisturbed. It is not just in Sukha, in Dukkha. In Dukkha, we will convince ourselves, okay, then we can maintain some equanimity. But when Sukha comes, we let go, right? We enjoy it so much. And we think this is life. And then Vita, Raga, Bhaya, Krodha, all the three enemies. Vita is transcended, one who has transcended Raga, attachment, Bhaya, fear, and Krodha, anger. They are the three most common things that we have to battle with at any point of time. So this is the shloka. Let us share the understanding. Now Padmaja has something for us with her notes. Yeah.
Shall I start?
Yes, madam. Start.
Okay. So as you said, one whose mind remains undisturbed amidst misery, who doesn't crave for pleasures and who's free from attachment, fear, and anger, is called sage of steady wisdom. So
Yeah.
an enlightened person doesn't allow the mind to harbor the material frailties or weaknesses of lust, anger, greed, envy, etc. Only then can the mind steadily contemplate on the transcendence and be fixed in the divine. So only when we are out of all these negative qualities, we can contemplate, our mind can contemplate on the divine divinity of us. Within us, there is a lot of divinity that, so we need to work on it. So if one permits the mind to brood over miseries, then the contemplation of the divine ceases.
Yes.
And the mind is dragged down from the transcendental level.
Correct.
More than the present pain itself, it is the memories of the past pain and apprehensions of the future pain that torment the mind.
True.
And when the mind drops these two indicates the past pain and the future pain, drops these two and simply learns to be in the present, the pain surprisingly shrinks to a manageable level. Similarly, of the mind, if the mind craves for external pleasures, it runs to the objects of enjoyment and is again diverted from divine contemplation.
Right.
So a sage of steady wisdom is one who does not allow the mind to hanker for pleasure or lament for miseries.
Yeah.
Further, such a sage doesn't permit the mind to succumb to the urges of fear and anger. And in this way, the mind becomes situated on the transcendental level.
Okay. Right.
That is why all the sages, all the people, especially Katule, he told power of now. Be in the present. Present is not present really. Presence.
Presence. Yeah.
Presence.
Presence.
Be there. Be there.
Correct.
Live moment to moment as you go on. If you make your present very,
Present.
very nice, then your future is already made.
Yeah.
So the past has to be forgotten. Past is like a broken pot. Future is like a bird in the tree. So anyways, both of them you have no control, but you have some power over your present. So let us deal with the present. Forget about the past and the future.
Right. Yes. Yes, Nirmalaji. I have a lot more to share on that. But before that, let's go through. Kamala, you want to say something on this? Even the past, present, whatever Nirmalaji said now.
No, Purnimaji. Sorry.
No, sorry about it. Lakshmi, Vinaya, Deepa, Indra, anything want to share on this? Shloka? Dukheshu anudvignamanaha, sukheshu vigataspruhaha, vitaraga bhaya krodhaha, sthita dhir muniruchyate. Okay. So, one question. Anyone wants to volunteer, please put up your hand or unmute and you can speak. Else, we will carry on.
Just one sutra, Yoga Sutra.
Yeah,
Chitta vritti nirodha. So,
Chitta vritti. You're right. Correct, Vinaya. Yoga, Chitta vritti nirodha. The modifications of the mind are completely under the control. Very correct. That is yoga. That is how a Sthita Prajna is established. Chitta vritti nirodha. True. Right. So I want to bring your attention, all your attention to one specific thing here in this shloka. There is one special implication in this shloka. Can you identify what it is? One very, very special implication. Dukheshu anudvignamanaha, sukheshu vigataspruhaha. What does this little phrase imply? Does it suggest anything to you?
Go beyond sorrow and pleasure.
Correct.
Happiness.
That is fine. That is fine. See, don't you find it strange that the Jivan Mukta will not stop experiencing good and bad things in life? Life will go on as usual. Dukha and Sukha are there in his life.
He will not identify with them.
Allah, in case we thought that, okay, once you're enlightened, life is a bed of roses. No, wrong. That is the first wrong thing that we assume about an enlightened being, isn't it? Yes or no?
When he's in a great suffering, he'll tell himself that this is by the mercy of Lord, and in fact, he deserves more such sufferings. And when he is happy, he'll again say that it is Lord's mercy and he doesn't deserve all this.
Exactly. Very correct.
All the credit to the Lord. So he's not elated and not proud.
Correct. Very correct. Like how the Kunti's example is there, no? Kunti, when Krishna asked her, what do you want? She said,
it is that realized person will think whatever has to be experienced in this particular janma is of prarabdha only, and which cannot be avoided.
Correct.
So in that way, he will take both, as he is realized, he will take both the pains and the happiness in the same, and he will not react to it.
Correct.
Only action what is required for that particular thing, he will do it. That's all.
Correct. Correct. Very correct. So what Lakshmiji mentioned, no, this prarabdha. So prarabdha, loosely translated, is called destiny in English, right? So we come with a baggage. When we are born, we come with some baggage. So all that will get released as a right time comes throughout our life. That prarabdha is getting released. Most of the time, that prarabdha is bad only. The implication of the third prarabdha is something bad is going to happen, which is not true. All the good and bad things that happen in life is because of prarabdha. But that prarabdha, we can't do anything about it. Even for a Jivan Mukta, that prarabdha will fructify. Yes or no? But how he or she responds to it, that is the Purushartha. Right? So you're handed a lemon and you want to make lemonade out of it, or you want to do tantra out of it, is your choice. So the Jivan Mukta always chooses to make lemonade out of everything. Convert every prarabdha into a spiritual gym, weightlifting method. That is when I have to deploy all my knowledge about this Vedanta. So for a Jivan Mukta, it comes naturally. The prarabdha is there, dukkha will come, sukha will come. He knows everything is a reflection. He knows everything is mithya. He knows everything is just coming and going and passing away. He knows it's prarabdha. He knows he has somehow earned it in his previous life, so it is coming now. But for us, we have to make an effort at every point of time. But at least we are doing that. So the main thing is here is, bad things will continue to happen. We have seen great suffering in the lives of enlightened masters, no? Physical suffering, not mental. Isn't it? And do they get angry? Do the Jivan Muktas get angry? Do they get angry, people? Do they react? They don't get angry?
They do get angry. I don't think they don't get angry. They do get angry. However, I think...
but it is superficial. They don't connect themselves with it. They get angry and that's it. So for that, he doesn't say, he is my lifelong enemy. No.
Yeah, I think for that moment, when that anger is required, he will show it and then do it.
Correct.
And
so
then drop it.
Correct. So that anger is also for Jagadhita. Pretend. They pretend to be angry. Just
What's
to
the word you use? Anger is for?
Jagadhita. Jagadhita.
Okay.
See, we have heard of so many sages like Durvasa and all. They are branded as, very angry people. A little something you do, they get angry and they curse. Yes or no? All these sages, they go on cursing left, right, and center. We feel. But there is always a deeper level to it. There's something good is going to happen later. Isn't it? Like, for example, so many examples are there when Durvasa has cursed so-called good people like Shakuntala, Dushyanta. In that story, we have heard how he curses Shakuntala and they get separated. See, all these sages, all the curses, the curses, you can take it as the bad situations in life. They come to us to get rid of our prarabdha only. No. Something bad comes in front of us. It means our prarabdha is coming to get dissolve.
They curse or do just to activate the prarabdha which is standing there.
That's it. They just activate the prarabdha.
Yes.
That is why I think, now that you mentioned it, Nirmala, when we go to a place of holy place or a pilgrimage place, I think the prarabdha gets activated. Something good has to happen. We go with we go to ask for some blessing, isn't it? Let me get a child, let the child get married, let something happen, let my child study well, whatever it is. When we go with that intention to a holy place, I think the prarabdha gets triggered. It's already in your quota, but when you do the effort and pray for it, it will get triggered, isn't it?
It is fast forward is done.
Fast forward is done. That is what happens in the presence of a jnani, in the presence of of God, in the presence of good vibrations. That's why we all go to homas, havans, and do yagnas and sit there and pray.
They say never become a devotee of Shiva. Why? Immediately he says, come now, the reel, move forward fast. Taka, 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 taka. All the problems will come very fast. He wants you to be clean and out of obstacles completely. Your prarabdha thing will work very fast. It will not come in a slow paced manner. Taka, 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 it will come. And it is his way of testing. Do you really love me? Are you really sincerely loving me? Or you're just, making fun and saying, I love Shiva, I love Shiva.
But he is Bholenath also, no? He'll say Tatastu for even a demo.
He is Bholenath, he is Ashutoshi.
Ashutoshi.
Ashutoshi means the moment Ravana, he carried the mountain, and Shiva was very angry because he had a tremor. So he just put his toe finger down hard on the mountain, and he got stuck there. And you know what he did? With great difficulty, he took out his spinal cord bones and made a veena out of it.
Yeah, veena
And
out of it. That is
played it.
Rajasic Bhakti. It is Rajasic Bhakti.
Yeah, that is Rakshasa Rajasic Bhakti.
Rakshasa.
Rakshasa is famous. So,
Mhm.
oh my God, he heard him and he was so happy. He said, "What do you want, Ravana?" He said, "I want your Atmalingam."
Mm.
So he
Correct.
gave him. And when he gave him, he said, "You should not keep it down."
Mm. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Vayu and Ganesha did the trick. Vayu made him want to go to number 1. And he came down, he saw Ganesha, baby Brahmana. He said, "Please catch this boy. I will come back. Please don't keep it down."
Yeah.
Before he came back, this fellow had kept it down. They didn't want the Atmalinga of Lord Shiva to go away to Sri Lanka, a Rakshasa land.
Correct. So even when we are asking for boons, we should know how to, can we bear it? We should also look at that also. Huh? Don't ask for something you cannot manage. Yes, Kamala, you wanted to say something?
Yeah. So you were telling that you when we go to a idol and ask, our prarabdha is triggered. Means
Correct.
like when it is like does it mean that when we ask only it happens fast? Is it?
You go itself triggered. Finish.
See, when the prarabdha has to come to fruition, it will come to your consciousness. Then it'll
You
start
will go to
bubbling
the
up
temple.
in you. Then you will have a desire for it. All that we'll
No.
see. How will it manifest outside you? No, Kamala. It has to
You will-
manifest outside you in some manner, right? So that's the
Correct.
process.
All these days,
Yeah.
she will not go to the temple. If your prarabdha has to materialize, she will go to the temple.
Correct. See, forget about a temple. You want to put your child to some coaching class. You will start inquiring about it.
Right.
You will start
Yeah.
doing some research. All that you have to do that. No. Then
Right.
only it will come to your head. If you just sit inside the house and say, "Let me see, whatever happens will happen. I will not do it." It won't happen. You have
Correct.
to do something about it. That
Yeah.
Purushartha is so required. So
No,
that's
the
the thing.
Right. So the time should come when it happens, right? We will make our effort, but it will happen at his wish.
Time will come, but if your effort is not there, it will not fructify also. We will just pass, then it will be stored for another lifetime. You better do whatever is on your plate, you better deal with it properly. Otherwise, it will simply sit there in cold storage.
When you are ready, when the
Yeah.
student is ready, the guru will
master
jump
appears.
from the ceiling.
Yeah.
And the same way, when you are like that, with little devotion and all, sages will come and, bless you. And, they will make it happen. You know the story of the 2 birds who lost the 3 eggs in the ocean.
Tell.
So 3 eggs they had laid in the beach, and the whales swallow it. Oh, the mother bird and the father bird were furious. How dare you give us back our eggs? And with their beak, they used to pick up little water, throw it that side. We will empty the ocean and take out the eggs. And they did it with great, vigor. And, Narada came by the way, and he saw the sincerity of the birds. And he pushed the waves off and took the 3 eggs and gave it back to them. So it depends how sincere you are. Are you sincere in attending Bhagavadgita class? Are you sincere in doing whatever you're doing? That is the final test. That is the acid test.
For worldly material things, we do a lot of that. We put a lot of effort. like this 3 eggs and the wave and all that, you said, that is for material benefits we do. We do a lot of purushartha, we do for material benefits. The same thing, if we direct it, you do, not a problem. We should do that as well. But the same intensity, even more, if we can put it towards the Adhyatma part, fatafat it will come. Actually, he doesn't even say even more. He said, little, you spare some little time for me, no, in your whole day. That itself is enough for God, isn't it? Patram, pushpam, phalam, toyam, anything you offer to me, enough. It doesn't take too much. In the world, it takes too much to acquire worldly things. But
Trayate mahato bhavan. You can be released. Bhayat. So much of problems you can, circumvent because the little you did.
That little you did. Swalpamati abhyasam. Just a little practice. Just take my name just once and I will cross you over the Trayate Mahato Bhayat. See what a promise God has given us. So I just wanted to that quick thing was Sukha Dukkha, they don't stop in the life of a Sthita Prajna. That is the first point from this shloka, right? And bad things will continue happen and life is not going to be a bed of roses, but it does not matter to them. It doesn't simply matter to the Jivan Mukta. That is one.
One example I want to tell you.
Yeah.
How will it not matter?
How
the
does it
sun
not matter?
is shining bright. 12 o'clock afternoon.
Yeah.
I close my windows and I am sleeping. Can I feel the heat?
Cool. You're wearing shades. Yeah.
Yeah. The whole house is, I have put thick curtains. I made it into a dark room.
You have installed AC.
Can I see the sun? No. Like that, when I am not connected with whatever is happening, it doesn't harm me.
Yes. So that's what Ramakrishna Paramahamsa's famous advice to his disciples is, after they were with him for a long time, then he used to say, tie the knowledge of Advaita Vedanta to your pallu or to your panche or whatever, dhoti and all, and then go into the world. Tie the knowledge of Advaita Vedanta to your pallu. Always, let it be always there in your background. And then
he always said, take oil and peel the jackfruit.
Yes, take oil and peel the jackfruit.
Then nothing will harm you. The same way, take godliness into yourself and then act in the world. No problem. Nothing will harm you or touch you.
Yeah, correct.
Who said this?
Ramakrishna Paramahamsa.
Right. So another question we have to ask ourselves, how do I react to life? Do I hold grudges? Do I hold grudges for a long time? Do I keep, like all the points that Nirmala ji said, do I keep brooding over the past? Do I am I anxious about the future? We all do that or no? Or have we overcome some of that?
Prabhuji's FIR.
FIRE, yeah, correct.
FIR.
Correct.
He gives you an acid test. He says, how do you find out that you are coming to these classes and all? How have you improved? How do you test? Really, how do you test? You will see the frequency of your, getting angry, getting irritated with others. All that will come down. Your intensity will come down.
Correct.
Your reaction, what is that third one?
Recovery time will come down. Recovery time also will
come down.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
You might the number of times I fight with you might come down. The intensity with which I fight, that will come down. And then I previously 3 months I will not talk, I will not eat, I will not do anything, I'll say. But now, forget it. That will be your reaction.
Correct. Yeah. So about this anger, Vivekananda says, a fool cannot get angry and the wise do not get angry, which means a foolish person is not sensitive enough. See, becoming angry, we become angry. Like if we see injustice, you get anger, isn't it? You feel bad, you feel you want to right that wrong. So unless you have some anger within you to right some wrong in the world, it doesn't work. You know, if you are always undisturbed, how does it matter? Let Ukraine go to war, let Russia bomb Ukraine. No, one has to respond to the problems of the world, isn't it? It's only a fool who doesn't get angry because he is not sensitive enough. But the wise do not get angry. In the sense, the wise gets angry, like Rinpala said, only superficially so that one can act. So like that, Krishna also got angry during the Mahabharata war to warn Bhishma, stop this old man. You know what you're doing? You're destroying the Pandava army. All he gets angry. He picks up the Sudarshana Chakra. He picks up this thing to destroy. So the wise one gets angry only for Lokahita, whereas the fool does not get angry also. The one who is like, complete tamas. So this anger is what another thing we think that the wise one should always be very calm. No, not at all. The wise one will also get angry, but only to teach us of the right response, the right behavior, and to right some wrongs.
Yesterday, Prabhuji said, when I was young, when I was 16, I said, I will change the world.
Right.
When I am 30, I said, okay, let me try to change my family and all.
Correct.
When I am 60, I'm not even able to change myself. What am I going to do, man?
Yeah. Correct. Yeah, which brings us to the point, can you change the world really? It's useless to change the world and it's useless to please the world also. Please.
Straighten the pig's tail and I give you 100 marks.
And who are you to straighten the tail, man? Do you know what is good or bad? I mean, according to my standards, can I straighten the tail of everyone around me? Because my own tail is teda. My own tail is crooked.
I can't even straighten my nose.
Even for the family, we will not be, we'll think that, oh, this is good for them, that is good for them. So, okay, let us change that way, this way. No, that is also not possible because we will definitely not know the right inside what they want, whether it is the same.
Correct, Lakshmi.
So changing myself only is the option.
Correct. And what is the change that you have to bring in yourself, Lakshmi? What is the change?
Realization. That means ananu nanembudu nanalla ee jedeha mana buddhi nanalla. That is
correct. That is the ultimate. But to deal with the world, what change do I have to bring in my understanding about the others?
Three options.
You can say that first of all, stop reacting. Okay. And then Vyavaharikavagi, if you want to tell, so listen to the things and go on. I mean, whatever surrounding is happening, understand in a proper way and in a calm way. Okay. And then definitely you can make a proper decision regarding external world, including the family.
Okay.
The serenity thing is, whatever you can change, try to change. Whatever you cannot change, just watch. Please know, whatever you cannot change, I cannot change this. Know and behave accordingly.
It's called the serenity prayer. Right? Serenity prayer.
Yes.
Correct. Yeah. So whatever I can change, let me be able to change. Whatever cannot be changed, let me not worry about it. And give me the wisdom to know the difference between the two. What can I change, what I cannot change. And be at peace with the world.
Yes, beautiful.
That is a serenity prayer.
More than thinking of what to change, I think if we are a changed person, like a Sthita Prajna, thinking on those lines, and we are doing things what we need to do, and then the things actually, a lot of things changes without our knowledge or without putting effort around us and in us.
Correct, correct.
That is what Ramana said. Find out who you are. That will do the trick.
That is why when we come in the presence of a Gnani or an enlightened person, we feel that because they're exuding peace, it transmits to us also. So in our own spaces, if we are peaceful, our peace will touch others also. Our strength will go to others also. Our moods will affect. See, easily we can understand this example. Somebody else's mood affects us. Immediately my mood will be affected. Similarly, my mood will affect others in the house. So how important it is for me to be always a Sthita Prajna.
Why do we have in our customs to put on mehendi in our hand?
Tell me.
Why?
Mehendi, tell me.
One reason. Whoever puts it cannot put it without having some color in his hand.
It will come to me also. Rang
Yes.
layegi mehendi.
And number two, when you see a person with mehendi, you put mehendi. And you just smell it and see, it has a fragrance.
Fragrance, correct. That's the whole point of all the puja and stuff, the fragrances. If all the puja stuff that we do, it's all about beauty, it's all about happiness, it's all about good vibrations. It's also important.
When you call somebody for puja, they come dressed up in a happier mode. You give them something little things which make them happy, and then you make them sing. So there is a slight joy is spreading, an effervescence of, a peace, joy, happiness is just spreading.
Yeah.
When you go also, when you celebrate also, देने वालों को भी अच्छा है, पाने वालों को भी अच्छा है.
Yes. Right. So many points we discussed, but what's the takeaway for today? That I had to state on my own tail. That's it. Right?
I should be disconnected from all this. I should not identify myself with it.
Okay.
Thank
so
you
everyone
so much.
quickly wait. Everyone quickly share one takeaway they had from this today's session. Kamla.
Like as you say, we should try to like neti, as you say, whatever comes to us, we need to say, this is not going to affect me.
That's good. Correct. Lakshmi?
Madam.
ಏನು ಒಂದು ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಅಪೀಲ್ ಆಯ್ತಾ?
Definitely. To take things how it comes, like what just now you said, and madam explained very beautifully, Nirmala madam, what do you call that, about past, not to worry about the past, and then accept things that what is that divine prayer? Yeah.
Serenity prayer.
That serenity prayer. Yeah, okay. So that is the take for me.
Okay. Padmaja?
I think the takeaway from this class, what I would take is, takeaways would be focus on myself. Instead of thinking of changing the world, I need to change, I need to do my best.
Yes.
Things let it, go, it will change for the benefit of us and others.
Correct. Jivan Mukta, or one who is in this path, is a blessing to herself as well as to the people around her. She's a blessing. One person who is into this will elevate the vibrations of so many generations, like Nirmala ji was saying the other day. Correct. But forget about the past and present. At least our own people right now, we will be able to elevate the vibrations in our own being.
One small request. Everyone, please start smiling more at others. The smiling itself will, immediately bring that joy. It seems for getting angry, 47 nerves have to work. For smiling, it is some 3 or 4. But see the magic wonder it creates. If you smile, automatically all of them will say, "Yee." And I have a frowning face. And say, "Ooh." You will also say, "Ooh." That is what it is. So,
And also Nirmala, I wanted to add it to what Nirmala is saying, that smile shouldn't be like, I will smile at this person, but I will not smile, and that is not someone whom I like or not. You smile at everyone, whether a friend or enemy. It's okay. What is there?
That innocence should be there, yeah. You
not
see that?
only that, not only that, Prabhuji says, Asti Bhati Priyam Namam Rupam. The masala with which you, me, Padmaja, Kamla, or Lakshmi, Vinaya, everyone is made is same masala inside. The name is different, the form is different. It is like that. And in those days, when I was a child, there used to be a fight in our house for that animal biscuits. Do you remember animal biscuits?
Yeah.
I want elephant, I want lion, I want duck.
Correct.
The masala is same. The same way, same masala. The Purnima ji is made out of the same masala which I am made. The only difference is superficially her name is Purnima, and superficially her form is a thinner structure. That's all. Just like a gold, with gold ornament, I make a ring, I make a necklace.
Correct.
Okay, take out the necklace, take out the ring from there. Where is the necklace? Where is the ring? Both of them are gold. Take out the
gold from it, there's nothing there.
There is nothing.
You cannot take out the gold from the necklace or the ring or the bangle. You cannot take out the gold.
The name or the form has no value whatsoever.
But so whereas you can take condition, you can melt it and it will become that gold again. Correct.
Yeah, under that condition, it doesn't have any value. Why the hell you give so much importance to that? That means me and Purnima are same.
Vinaya, you want to share some takeaway from today?
And stability of mind. That's a what to say. Muni's mind is stable, and having a samabuddhi, samasthiti, samatvam.
Yes,
that's what we should strive to, apply in our life, day-to-day life, to get that achanjala bhava. Like it.
Because I need to be achanchala because the world is chanchala. No, it keeps changing. I shouldn't change. Correct.
Yes.
World is chanchala only, including my body and mind. I am also part of the world. What I think, my body, my mind, that is also chanchala. Yes or no?
Yes,
see, that is a mistake we do. I exclude myself from the world and say world is a chanchala. I am also very much chanchala only. My mind is also a subtle body. That is also chanchala. My body is also chanchala. It keeps changing. No.
Mainly our thoughts.
Our thoughts is also maha chanchala. The nature of the mind is chanchala. Chanchal man only it is called. So not to get disturbed with my own mind. Imagine, that is the challenge here.
And there is scientific evidence also. A person gets 60,000 thoughts per day.
60,000 thoughts per day. Yes.
So it's difficult to get that steady mind state.
It is difficult. It's not possible. There is only transcendence. You have to only understand the situation and go beyond it. That is the thing. You cannot change the mind because the nature of the mind is chanchala only. Can you change the, can you change the nature of the liver or the kidney or the brain? They have got certain functions. Like that, the mind is like that. It's a monkey. Mana is a markata. So you cannot expect some extraordinary things from the mind. So the intellect has to come here in the picture. The intellect, the viveka, that portion of the mind which gives you the faculty of discrimination, that muscle has to be strengthened.
So
The mind needs training. Yeah.
by one thought, when I am going to nullify all the 60,000 thought,
Not
when
happening.
am I going to when am I going to stop the waves and take a bath in the ocean? So what is to be done? What is to be done is you have your focus in whatever you want, in one thing catch hold. Once a person falls in love with another person, what he does, to the exclusion of everybody, all the time he's thinking of his lover.
That is called upasana. Correct.
Upasana or focus.
Focus.
Ekagrata. Ekagrata. That is the only way. Once you have that ekagrata, you will suddenly find slowly all the thoughts becoming 30,000, 20,000, 10,000, 5,000.
Everything is pointing to the one only, pointing to one. Every thought is about that one thought.
But it is very gradual, okay? Don't expect it to happen overnight. But this is the root.
Yeah, Padmaja wanted to say something.
I said after attending these classes, our thought process actually would be kind of wired up, lot of towards that one pointed focus, changing, instead of thinking of changing others, change ourselves. Because, the others may change or not change, but we need to do what we have to do. That's all. In thinking of changing the world, we should not change too much.
When you attend these classes, Padmaja, what happens is many of your thoughts will be clarified. And so you will be taking the straight Raja path. That is the royal path you will be able to go in. Because all and sundry useless small roads are gone. Because that has been clarified.
So earlier, there was more confidence. Now it is like more clarity. Clarity with confidence comes.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes, correct. Okay, Indra, Deepa, you want to share something fast?
My takeaway is to depend on Lord, be it suffering or be it happiness, and we surrender to the Lord.
To the Lord. Okay. Bhakti Bhava. Good. Indra?
Yeah, reduce the reactions, respond more. Reaction has to be reduced.
Correct.
The anger, fear, and those things. That is my takeaway.
Instead of reaction, you respond.
Respond as per the situation is required. That's it. All right. For today, we can close, but there are a whole lot more things I wanted to discuss in this. We'll continue in the next class.
I don't like this class getting over at all.
Breakfast beckons.
Okay, fine. Sorry.
And not at all. People have to go to work also, I think.
Okay, okay. Thank you. I was just playing.
Yeah, I know. So nice.
Thank you. Yes, last time I missed the class.
Purnima, what Nirmala madam said is the reward to you.
Nirmala, you missed the class and we missed you, Nirmala.
The irritating borer who always budges in between. I'm sorry.
No, Purnima says the tadka, masala and all is required in the class.
All the tadka, masala, everything is required.
Madam, but that your intervening and interference is very good and actually gives more knowledge.
Yeah.
It is it is making all of us think, tank.
And online feeds my intellectual body. Energizes me for 1 week. So if I miss the class, it's a big miss. Feel like, I didn't see my lovers. It's a feel.
Exactly, Vinya. You nailed it.
Correct. That is That is the effect of Krishna on the Gopikas, right? That's why the Gopikas was so enamored of Krishna. They love him.
For this class, our Krishna is Purnima.
Oh, you.
And we are all Gopikas.
Oh, Paramatma, save me.
Are? You see Narayana and hand it over to him. Finish. As simple as that.
And this name also, Purnima, make me remember Sharad Purnima.
Oh, how nice.
Purnima, Lady Krishna.
Yes. And Padmaja, all Radha, I feel like we are so beautiful.
Kamala, Padmaja. See, all our names are also so beautiful, reflecting the ultimate divine Brahman, the beauty of Brahman, right? The beauty of the name and form. Yeah.
Viveka, with this manana, Viveka, and you're making us think a lot now. Everybody involved. Otherwise, I'll be sitting calm, introvert type, but you may talk.
I promise you, after this class, after Purnima's class, none of us will have Alzheimer's or Parkinson's. Because our brains are activated.
Correct. Whole week I had to, all of us are thinking about this, and I had to make notes. Now Padmaja also sitting making notes. I'm thinking for all of us, I'll allot one. So many discourses are there. So many Mahatmas have given discourses. So if we can all share, now Padmaja is doing from one Mahatma. That is what she did. So if I distribute, then all of us will not get Alzheimer's. All right, I will do that.
I take the story portion of it, okay?
Yeah, I will not allot anything to you. You have got you are a Vihari, Narada. You go anywhere you want.
The conversation is required, no, for any Vedantic. Our scriptures are also like that. Somebody has to ask question and somebody has to answer. So that conversation should happen.
All sections.
Purnimaji, just now you told about the example of names, different names, Vinaya, Pratmaja, everything, no? So if you go to, if you talk to Guruji and say the names, for each name, he will tell some, this one behind it. Meaning, and then, and that character. The character, he associates the character to that name of that name to that lady.
Yeah, you just take your own name and you can become enlightened. So, my name is so laden with so much meaning. That itself is enough. Why remember 1,000 names of Vishnu? Your one name is enough. No, if you can live up to that implication of your own name, that is enough, isn't it? Yeah, that's it. Deepa, see, such a beautiful name, Deepa. Be a light unto yourself, Deepa. You be your own Atmajyoti.
Yes, ma'am.
Our own names are so significant. We have to dwell on that. That's it. That's enough. We keep saying, my name is so-and-so, my name is so-and-so. I mean, you have to at least fulfill that, what you are with great aspiration, your parents have given that name. You just fulfill that. That's only enough.
Whether you like it or not, you will exude that in time.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's really getting late. So, Asatoma Sadgamaya, Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma Amritangamaya. Om Shanti 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 Nanu Nanimbudu Nanalla Ideha Manabuddhi Nanalla Satchidanandatma Shivananu Nane Shivoham 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 Lokaha Samastaha Sukhino Bhavantu Lokaha Samastaha Sukhino Bhavantu लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु. हरिः ओम तत्सत्. श्री कृष्णार्पणमस्तु. Thank you all. See you next week. Hari Om.
Happy Guru Purnima too.
Thank you.